Well, you're probably waiting for the show to start. Well, I can understand that. And trust me, you were in the right place. But before we start the show, we got to let you know that today's show is brought to you by a very special and new sponsor to the show. None other than Southern New Hampshire University. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you know I'm excited about it. Number one, because they're doing a great thing in terms of helping people overcome, some of the experience barriers that are holding people back, right? And we know that that comes up a lot as we progress through this professional world and just adulthood, right? So with SNHU, the beautiful part about them is this. They are designed for people like you and me, man. The ones that are busy, but can make some time to be on the online space and, multitask, so to speak. And that is what SNHU brings to the table. The largest, or one of the largest, accredited nonprofit online degree offerings. Man, it is a dope thing that they got going on over there. One of the programs that stood out to me the most is their sports management program, in terms of being able to, number one, work at your own pace. They have multiple times throughout the year where you're able to get into the course and ultimately progress through at your own speed, 24/7 access. I mean, those are beautiful things, especially when we're just talking about the working person, the busy person, the person with the family out there. SNHU. Oh, they trying to hook you up. They trying to help you out, baby. Now, like I said, for myself, man, I've utilized the online program very similar to this, and I can tell you firsthand the benefits that come from these type of programs and what SNHU is offering, man. You don't want to miss out on it. So check out the link, all right? snhu.edu/Arthur Moats, all right? You check that out. Obviously, this is all in the description as well. But I want you to check that out, man. Look at that sports management program and just see some of the average salaries associated with degrees in this field, man. Could definitely be something that might motivate you, make you want to go out there and do something special out there and, ultimately put yourself on an even better trajectory. But with that being the case, you see right here, SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University. I stand by them. And as always, keep being great. But now I think it's time to get back to the show. So, you already know, don't touch that dial, baby. Which one would you like more? Cam extension or Najee extension?
Wow, this is a great question. What would I like more? Man. It all depends on the number, really.
Because I'm like, obviously they're both up, or both going to be in those conversations going forward of, signing deals, and both of them are kind of in similar boats.
Of an extension happening before the season, we're saying.
Yeah, and both of them are, like I said, in similar boats where we do think they're valuable assets. They are productive, but there are certain things about both of them for different reasons that you don't want to commit money to them, substantial money or even long-term money to them. One is the position, running back, the amount of usage that he already has in terms of Najee, and then the other is Cam, 35, coming off of like I said, significant surgery where he did miss a chunk of time. And
can I go with the third option?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Freiermuth. I'd take Freiermuth over both of them. I'm leaning Najee over Cam though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to because of the running back position, but at least he's still got the youth on his side. And, I think him and Jalen, that's going to be a good tandem for the foreseeable future here. I don't think that's going away. And I understand why the Steelers are saying with Najee they want to see what he looks like in Arthur Smith's system. Yeah. But I think him and Jalen will do just fine. So, as weird as it sounds, I feel like Najee will age better.
I will put it like Najee would definitely be the cheaper.
There's less stakes involved with it.
Yeah,
less stakes.
Najee, you can overpay and it would just be 10 mil. Cam, what are we talking about? 20. What he wants? I don't know the number, right?
It's going to be in the teens, I would say, if we're talking extension.
Right, because what is he getting right now?
The cap hit's 22. The
so I'm sure it's just base.
deal was Oh, you know what?
What's
The
per year
average salary he signed for that 4 years, $65 million deal. What was that? 4 or 5 seasons ago.
Yeah.
The average salary was only $16.4 million.
Yeah.
But I guess
How
we
much
kicked
of
the
signing
can down the
bonus, though?
road,
Yeah.
and did restructures, and now the cap hits at 22. So there's no way it's gonna be more than that. So maybe you're talking around like 12 or 13 million, 11 million.
Yeah, because you said
That's not bad.
Because a 4 for 60,
That's actually not
a 4
bad.
for 60 is 20 a year, bro. That's what you said. A 4 for 60 is what he had.
4 for 65.
Yeah.
No, because 4 times 20, that'll be 80.
Oh, I'm tripping. Good call.
Yeah, so 16.4 average salary.
Definitely tripping. Yeah.
And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah. So should come down.
Yeah, it depends on the number with Cam.
Should come down,
You know
right?
what? It depends on the number with Cam, because if we're getting Cam for 2025 and 2026, I don't know. Actually, the more I think about it, do we want to be paying Cam at 36, $10 million, or do we want to sign a CB2?
I mean,
And the same
think
could be
about some of the quarters that we talked about for 10 mil.
The same could be
Yeah.
said with Najee. If we do an extension with him,
Yeah.
he's getting 6 or 7 a year. All right, do we want Najee getting that, or do we want to sign a guard or a defensive lineman or inside linebacker? Well, if all works out, it should be Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen's team.
True. Very true.
But you can get some starting
Or if
quality
another
players
safety.
in their prime
Is there
for
another safety
that
that you
6,
might
7
want?
range up
Are you
to
looking
10,
at
11
maybe-
million.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
another place we could add to, man. Yeah. If we don't make a trade for one of these receivers that we're talking about, it's like, all right, what are you trying to do then? Yeah, so we got some stuff.
What does Cam have left in the tank? He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Ooh.
He always does when people are doubting him.
This is big facts.
And he
Big
does
facts.
show up. He typically proves them wrong.
This is big facts.
But Father Time is undefeated.
This is also what they say is big facts. All right, so
Except for when it comes to 7.
let's see. Up until last year, he went back-to-back double-digit sack seasons. All right, so 2021 gave you 89 tackles, 10 sacks. And this was all while playing 17 games. 2022 played in 17 games, gave you 74 tackles, 10.5 sacks. So the production was still there. Then obviously last year was where he, dealt with the injury, had the surgery, had 11 games, 2 sacks, 33 tackles.
He got a little better as last season went along.
I would agree. I would definitely agree because he did get hurt at the front end of this thing. I mean, me personally, like I said, I'm biased. So I'm already like, bro, I'm going to roll with Cam just because it's Cam. Like,
Leadership factor.
Yeah,
Veteran factor.
and outside of this last year being the year where he got hurt, I want to see if he's healthy. Can he
I
give
want
me
him
that?
for 2024.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about
that's my
that.
thing. I'm
I
like,
want
can he
him
give
for
me
this
that?
year.
Yeah.
So, but we can do that as is right now.
I
We don't
would
got to
agree. I don't
change
think we gotta
anything,
extend it.
extension.
Yeah.
Right. We don't have to do anything.
I would much rather just bite the bullet, take the 22 cap hit this year, and just play it out as is. And if it looks great or it looks like it still has something left, all right, now let's talk about that again in the offseason. But if we feel like, yo, man, it ain't go like how we thought, or he got injured again, now I'm saying to myself, okay, this is more of an age thing versus can you still get it done thing. And now I don't need to commit that type of money to you because we do know back-to-back years of you getting hurt, it doesn't, point in the direction that you're going to continue to give us 17 games, 10 sacks and things like that. But I'm just willing to, like I said, rock with this season and kind of go from there.
That's what I'm thinking. But
the-
he said he wants to play 3
because
more
as
years.
a player, you want guarantees as well. Because for him, he will be taking a ton of risk on himself going out there this year. If he has a bad year, if he gets hurt, if anything just goes wrong. Say Keanu Benton steps up and we're like, yo, we can't get him off the field. Now he's screwed because when it's time to negotiate, his tape isn't as high. He doesn't have the same numbers. So I get why he wants it done or why he wants to put the pressure on the organization to get it done prior to the season starting. But I can 100% understand why the organization would not feel this urgency to get a deal done. Very similar to what they're doing with Najee right now.
Right? Because I don't think Cam has that type of leverage.
Yeah.
We just broke it all down. Why do the Steelers got to do anything crazy here? Why do the Steelers got to go out of their way to get this extension done?
Outside of them, just the kindness of their heart. Right.
Yeah. Right. and shown Cam that loyalty because he's been loyal here. He's been a Steeler for life. But outside of that, it's like, bro, I don't know. We're already having you here for $22 million on our cap hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little bit over our budget, but we'll do it because we were able to figure some stuff out this offseason. Like, we just rather you play out this contract.
Yeah.
We'll see. So he's not going to show up.
That's
like, it's
what
already
he
confirmed?
said. Yeah, that's what he said. He's not showing up. He was like, I'm still working out. I'm still doing everything like I normally do. I'm just not showing up because of the contract. And it was very specific. It was like because of the contract, the negotiation stuff. So like, I get that. I just like the fact that he's controlling his narrative too, though, because he could obviously not said anything about it or talked about everything but this situation. But since he did talk about it, it's like, all right, we are hearing from you directly. We at least know where you stand, and there's not a lot of misinformation surrounding it. So that's.
Do you think this approach gets Omar Khan or Tomlin like sweating?
Nah. I think for Coach Tomlin, he's going to look at it as he understands this is the natural circle of life for NFL players. If you play long enough, you're going to be called old. You play long enough, they're going to draft first-round picks to replace you. And ultimately, it's your job to keep fighting them off. And, yeah, you get pissed each and every year when they tell you, oh, you don't have it. But you keep showing up. You keep proving it. So Coach T looks at that as, man, I understand what this dude is, and that's why he has talked about the way that he's talked about. But at the same time, Coach T also understands that you not being here, we can look at that as a negative or we can look at that as an opportunity. The same way when Le'Veon Bell didn't show up, and we could have looked at that as a negative. Instead, it turned into an opportunity for James Conner. When you think about dudes not being here, that opens the door for more than capable guys to get reps. And you've heard TG talk about it multiple times. Everybody at this level is capable. Sometimes it's opportunity. Sometimes it's, man, you've been playing with the dude that doesn't know what he's doing with that third group or that second group. Now you get the bump with the dudes that do know what they're doing, and it just changes everything around you. But you don't get that look because this dude's typically here. But now he's not here.
Your confidence starts to build.
Right.
You start seeing things different.
Absolutely. So that's the part where, yeah, there is a risk for Cam. The longer you sit out, that's more reps for these young dudes. That's more reps for these guys to develop. That's more reps for these coaches to feel more comfortable and confident in these other guys. And once they get to that approach, now it's a simple numbers game. If he's cheaper and it's close, or if he's cheaper and I feel at least confident as a whole with this group versus just you as an individual, or it's, yeah, I'm going to go with the cheaper options. And we know that's how they roll.
Yeah, and then especially if it leaks into training camp.
No.
We
Because
can't
that's
have
what you
that
don't
at
want it
all.
to get to.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, bro, you're becoming more of a distraction as along with what you're trying to do to us financially.
And we could save $16 million.
And that's the part that it hurts. It undercuts everything, because if I know I can save $16 million and use that this year, bro, wow, hey, man, I ain't got to be, you ain't got to keep talking crazy to me now, baby. I can put you out your misery if you don't want it. And that's the part where I'm just like, this is a heavy-headed approach that you take it when you don't have that heavy-headed thing on you. Like, they got the thing on them.
Does Cam have that Walter Payton Man of the Year though in his back pocket?
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he thinks that that's like his nuke. If that's the nuke,
you can't cut the Walter Payton Man of the Year, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Especially, and we got 2 Walter Payton Man of the Years.
I'm like, you can't.
That
do
helps
it.
the Steeler brand, right?
You can't do it. You can't do it.
I think we're the only team.
We're
right?
the only team
with 2 Walter Payton Man of the Years.
I'm with you, bro. I'm just nervous.
It's good
for him.
publicity.
I'm just nervous because they can hit it with the quarterback's Walter Payton is more than the D lineman's Walter Payton. You know how they do. Yeah. Who's the face of the league? Hey, man, we can sell Russ. Yeah. I'll be like, come on, man, don't do us like that.
We've gone all this time without a Walter Payton Man of the Year. What makes you think we need 2?
Why do you think we need 2? We got Russ here now.
Yeah.
We're good.
Trade off. It's balanced.
Yeah, Russ a good guy. Yeah. Says all the right things.
Man.
That's the business of it, though. Man, all that stuff gets involved with this when you're talking about the money that they're talking in. Ultimately, man, when you're at this sort of, we're going to see. Does it finally come to a head, or can we get it done before it becomes anything like that? But that's not as business works, man.
Noriega says Cam wants 25 a year, not 16. Like, if that's the case, we're
25. No,
we can't even have the conversation.
Google to see if he really wants 25, bro? Because if that
He might just be going off his own hunch.
I was about to say, because if that's truly the number, then yeah, that changes a lot of the conversation.
I don't even think we're having a conversation.
Right? I'm like, it can't be in them 20s, bro. Did he? I didn't think I saw a specific number. I just knew he said that he was going to be,
I
away.
didn't. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think this is Noriega just giving his own predictions. It says 22 to 25 million. He says. What says that though? That might be like Spot Rack's market value or something like that.
I was about to say, bro.
Yeah, where's he getting that number?
I don't know. Unless he might have kept talking. I don't know.
I'm on New York Times free agency predictions here.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any numbers being thrown around. Oh, hold on. So New York Times actually says Spot Rack projects Heyward's market value at 19.6 on a 3-year deal. I mean, that's even steep. Which is similar to what Cam Jordan got last year with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Still seems like a lot.
For 3 years?
Yeah, that's crazy. Because
like, yo,
19 million, dude. Like, just imagine what you could do with that. We're paying Patrick Queen. Is it 13? 13 per year?
Yeah.
11 per year, something like that.
That's steep.
Yeah, that's a franchise cornerback in his prime you could be getting for 18, 19. That's L'Jarius Sneed.
That was a little steeper than I would hope. That's yeah. That could be a little challenging.
If that's what he's looking for, I don't think we could do that. I was thinking
if it's
11
lower,
million or 12 million, something like that. You get your guarantees, you get your security that Cam's looking for, but we get some cap relief or just some reasonable cap hits on those last 2 years of your contract.
Yeah, because
it's got to be a win-win.
It's like, yo, I feel like we taking that LL. Like, and like I said, if it's just me and my complete biasness,
Cam trying to con
give
artist
Cam the
Steelers.
money. Give Cam the money. But this is like, honestly, bro, when I think of Seven's exit, when I think of Troy's exit, I'm just like, Cam, them two didn't even get that great view on the end of it. They got put in the front seat, driven around the corner, and they ain't get back.
Like Ben maybe could ask for an extension going into that last year.
And it was
he
just
took the pay cut.
Yeah. And that was that. And then it was, go get in the front seat. We're going to drive around the corner. Thank you, Seven. Same with Troy. It's like.
So you admit it.
But what I'm saying, in context,
you admit the
those two,
sabotage.
I'm saying those two where they were at that stage, and we're just bringing in Cam as well, nature of positions, full body of work, overall accomplishments. They didn't even get that luxury. And these are multiple Super Bowl champs. One guy's a depoy who was viewed as, arguably one of the greatest safeties to play this game. And neither one of them got that luxury. Part of why we even talk about why I felt like it was tension between the organization and them once everything was over. It's like, is Cam bigger than that?
No.
And that's the part for me where I'm just like, when I'm looking at what has transpired organizationally with guys like Cam or guys of his stature and the way that they've moved on, I just don't think that. I think this is dangerous. That's all.
Okay, so I got 2 responses in the chat. Noriega says, Deke, he's seen, like, this is like his speculation.
Yeah.
He's seen Chris Jones get paid, and he feels like he should get paid some good money too.
I can understand that
And
if that was the case.
David Decker says Steelers Depot gave an example that the Steelers could give him around $22 million.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this is my thing, man. I could definitely understand though where he's coming from if he does look at a Chris Jones, if he does look at a Jeffrey Simmons, if he does look at some of these other names, right? Guys that have gotten paid recently. Heck, even Ed Oliver up in Buffalo getting a check a year ago. It's like when you think about what Cam has done, his longevity, and prior to this past season, back-to-back double-digit sacks from the interior D lineman spot, and he's playing in a 3-4, not a 4-3 where he's just
rushing every single time, shooting the gap. Those are the parts where you look at him and, yeah, I could definitely understand him saying, if these dudes are getting upgrades and check, why don't I get an upgrade on my money? Because I'm just as productive, just as nice. And if y'all calling me old, well, the old man still kicking butt with these young dudes prior to just this season when I got hurt. So that's another argument for him. But
the problem is
35.
You did get hurt this last season, and that was where we saw you most recently, or how we saw you most recently. If it was like 2 years ago and we saw you bounce back last year in 2023 and have like a Pro Bowl type of season, I think that's a different story.
The other thing too, Chris Jones back-to-back Super Bowl champ too, bro. Whereas like, yo, everybody hypes, like, you know, he's like the face of their defense too. So I think that also
we have TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Minka.
Yeah. And we're not back-to-back champs right now. So I think that also is kind of against him.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we were winning Super Bowls at the clip the Chiefs have recently, maybe we are a little bit more giving of money.
Right. Yeah, it takes a little more. But right now, we're like, we're trying to get back to that. And, yeah, we're not, you know, counting pennies, but we are a little bit more aware of where our dollars are being spent because every dollar does matter to us right now because we ain't got Mahomes. So, yeah, until you got that situation taken care of, yeah, you better make sure that you allocate them dollars the right way.